Hey, this is John.
And Jess.
And we are the Relationship Revivalists, and we're here giving you some tips and strategies to have a wonderful and explosive relationship and love. And so today we're on
our fourth day of talking about trust. We like to call it Trust 101. And we've talked a lot about struggling to trust our partners. And I think pretty much every human on the planet, I think it'd be safe to say, has some sort of trust issue.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked earlier in this week about how it usually comes from the past relationships, past hurts, even way into your childhood. And how do we kind of overcome that? How do we, especially when we're talking about that wonderful relationship that we want with our partners, how do we trust them better? Because we're talking about, having a partner that is worthy of our trust, for one thing. But even with that, John's worthy of my trust, but even with that, especially early on, I had some trust issues that I had to overcome. And how did I do that? And my question today is, can learning how to trust the Lord more help us trust our partner more as well?
I think in the grand scheme of things, if you start trusting the Lord, that's the very first step, because guess what? He loves us so much. He's not going to reject you. He's not going to say or do anything bad to you. God forbid, because I have to say this. God gets a bad rap about being angry with people, and he doesn't do that. So if you are trusting the Lord and you start trusting him even more and more and more, the next thing you know, you're trusting your partner, your spouse, your husband or your wife.
Because there's something really special about trusting the Lord. So a few things that happens. Our lives just, we don't have the kind of anxiety that we used to. And so that's why anxiety can be another thing that kind of inhibits us from really trusting. Like, what if this happens? And insecurities, for sure. Those sort of kind of fall off, or they fall off more and more that we start learning how to trust the Lord. That I know that's happened to me. I used to have a lot of insecurities and anxieties, and they're falling off in stages as I learn to trust the Lord more. And there's also really something cool that happens when you learn how to trust the Lord more. You can ask him about certain things and certain people too. Like, Lord, what about this situation? Or, Lord, is their heart right in this situation? You can ask him those things, and he will lead you to the right answer. He won't set you astray. He won't lead you astray. And so here's a quick little story. When John and I first met, we met online, and so our first actual meeting face-to-face, we had dinner together, had a nice date, and then he walked me back to my car, and we parted ways. And I was driving out of the parking garage, and I started praying for him, because that's something that I would do. And right away, God let me know that he's a brand new man. He's a new creation. And right then and there, that was like a little stamp of approval from God about John. So I knew that this guy was somebody really special. And so when you ask God, more and more about situations and people, and he gives you that, yes, it's okay. It's okay to move forward. He gives you that stamp of approval. It's so much easier to be able to trust as well.
Yeah. So, when you get that stamp of approval, you've got the go-ahead, the green light. And I think, as us guys, we like the racing, like the red, yellow, green, and we get to go. So, we can trust in these situations, and, the intuitions can be trusted because you're rooted in God. And when you're rooted in God, there are so many good things that happen from that. And we want to remind you that we have this amazing course that is, if you don't have it, you should get it, because it is that amazing. You'll learn about the things that we haven't talked about in our videos at all. So that's even more reason to get it. And, it's going to be listed. It's going to be in the description. And with that, we are going to talk to you guys in just a little bit while. We're going to see you in the next video.
See you later.
All right. Talk to you guys soon. We want to thank you for watching our video, and also we want to remind you to hit that subscribe button.
And hit that bell icon for notifications.
Absolutely, and share the video too. Thank you so much for watching.